We've got 10 big takeaways and everything you need to know from the Lakers' opening night loss to the Nuggets. That's coming up next on Lakers Courtside. What up, Laker fans? Doug McKain here. My friends call me D-Mac. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the All Lakers YouTube channel for all things Laker basketball all season long. News, rumors, hype videos, live streams, breakdowns. You're going to find it right here. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, hit that like button. As always, I got my Lakers question of the day. What was your biggest takeaway from the Lakers' opening night loss to the Denver Nuggets? Let us know down below. And for all latest Lakers news, head over to alllakers.com. The Lakers and losing on opening night. Name a better duo, right? The purple and gold haven't won a game on opening night since 2016. This time they fall to the Denver Nuggets by a final score of 119-107. The Nuggets, of course, celebrating their championship last year. It was their ring night. But we've got 10 takeaways that you need to know because there was some good, there was some bad, there was some ugly. And then as the game was about to start, it was very interesting because the PA announcer for the Nuggets, they did not really give the Lakers a lot of shine when he was announcing their starting lineups. Mike Trudell, the Lakers sideline reporter, he tweeted out, the Nuggets PA announcer read the Lakers starting lineup in a total of about 8 seconds. Never heard one that fast before, kind of like the disclaimers at the end of a gambling ad, 4x speed. So the Lakers, the Nuggets, yeah, there's some tension there. Yeah, they're two of the best teams in the league, but the Nuggets are so desperate to try to make the Lakers and Nuggets a thing. They want to be the Lakers Blazers. They want to be the Lakers Kings. They want to be the Lakers Suns. I got news for you, Denver. You are not even an afterthought at this point. You won your franchise's first NBA championship. Just enjoy it because the Lakers, they're looking for 18. You're looking for 2. There's levels to this. You're not on the Lakers level. But let's jump into these takes, starting with number 1, and that is that Anthony Davis's performance in the second half was unacceptable. For this Lakers team to be legitimate title contenders, he has to perform like he did in the first half and not the second half. Because in the first half, he showed up. He scored 17 points after he got the second foul on Jokic. He was eating. Looks like we're going to have a big night for AD. Then the second half, it was a different story. In the second half, he missed all 5 of his shots in the third quarter. 3 of them from the low block. He took just 1 shot in the fourth quarter, and it was a missed 3. And look, you got to give the Denver Nuggets credit because it was clear that their adjustment at halftime was that we're not going to let Anthony Davis beat us. We're going to let them try to find their shooters. If they can knock it down, we'll tip our cap, but we know that it's not a good three-point shooting team. So you saw them sending extra help. You saw them shading guys like Braun and Jokic to try to prevent him from even catching the ball. And when he did, you saw AD kicking it out, but his shooters weren't knocking down shots. And AD said after the game, I missed some easy layups around the rim, little jumpers, but I have to shoot more. He would go on to say, they started double teaming, trying to crowd the paint. I was trying to make the right play, kick it out to our guys when they double. Rui hit an open 3. Gabe had some open 3s. They just didn't fall. So yes, if his teammates are knocking down those shots, he's looking like an unselfish player that's making the right play. But we know that Anthony Davis, he's to force himself to be aggressive, put the ball in the basket because they need him to be a superstar this season, and that performance in Game 1 is just not going to cut it. And now my second biggest takeaway is that LeBron James is going to be on a minutes restriction this year, and it's a great strategy. This is the only way that the Lakers can win a championship this year, is that if LeBron James has enough left in the tank, enough tread on the tires to be able to be effective later in the season, because we saw LeBron run out of gas. We know that there's only a couple things that are undefeated in this world. The 72 Dolphins, Bacon, and Father of Time. And LeBron James, for him to be able to perform at a high level, to go against the Celtics, to go against teams like the Nuggets at that level in June, you're going to need to manage him properly. And he's going to play 30 minutes or less this season. You can say it with me, load management. But the most important thing is that when he's on the floor, that he's continuing to be effective. And last night, he ended up scoring 21 points, had 8 rebounds, 5 assists. The Lakers outscored the Nuggets by 7 when he was on the court. So, look, the good thing is he's not the wash king. The good news is that when he's on the floor, he's still really, really good. It's just this is going to be their strategy. And that is why they added so much depth in the offseason. That's why you saw people saying you need to have a trophy of Rob Pelinka, because you added so much depth and you need those guys to work out. You also need the Austin Reeves of the world to continue to take a big step forward. You need D'Angelo Russell. You need guys guys to step up so that you can supplement some of those minutes with LeBron James. And LeBron said after the game, I always want to be on the floor, especially when you get an opportunity to win a game or you feel like you can make an impact. But this is the system in place, and I'm going to follow it. So I think for me, it was the right decision. It's the right plan for this team. You got to save those 39-year-old knees, those 39-year-old ankles. So much wear and tear on them. You got to keep those springs fresh come May and June. And look, I think another silver lining in all this too is those minutes they're going to be given to some of these other players. That's going to help them be more comfortable in their roles. And then by the time the playoffs come around, they're going to be better players because of it and be in a better position to contribute. Because look, this is the only way the Lakers can compete is if LeBron is fresh. You saw what happened last year. They drove him into the ground throughout the regular season when he was available just to stay afloat. You can't have that at age 39. The minutes that he's played, it's unrealistic. This guy is a cyborg, right? He's someone that has defied what the human body is really capable of, and you just don't want to risk it at this stage of his career. I will say, though, if the Lakers start to lose a ton of games and they go on a rough losing streak to start the year and LeBron's still playing on reduced minutes and the other guys aren't stepping up, that's going to be one thing you're going to point to, saying, okay, we need our superstar playing more minutes because, hey, we just can't fall early on this season like we did last year, so we can avoid having to play all those meaningful games after the All-Star break, heading into the postseason. They kind of wore you down. So this team needs to have success early on just so no one's questioning that plan. Now, my third biggest takeaway is Taurean Prince had a very impressive first game as a Laker. I think he's making a case to be the fifth starter. He does a great job spacing the floor. And now my third big takeaway from the Lakers' opening night loss to the Nuggets is that Taurean Prince brings a level of spacing that this Lakers offense desperately needs. He was fantastic in his Lakers debut. He finished with 18 points. That was the second highest on the team. He had 4 threes. He made 2 early in the game. And this is something that was missing last year, was consistency from beyond the arc. Now, we all know about the Lakers curse and this and that, but Taurean Prince is someone who can go out there, knock down threes. And Anthony Davis said after the game, when he's on the floor, teams can't really help off of him. He'll make the shots. So that's been good to have a guy like that who can give it to you on both ends of the floor, and he played really well tonight. And then Taurean said, it's all about just finding the tendencies of the guys I'm playing with and getting to open spots where if they don't have it, they can hit me. So this is someone who embraces his role. This is someone who knows that he's on this team to provide spacing, to hit threes, and this guy is going to be a game changer for this team. I'm very, very high on Taurean Prince. Hey, Vando, they missed him badly, but hey, if that doesn't work out, I could see Taurean Prince starting games for this team. And then my fourth biggest takeaway is that of the new Lakers, Cam Reddish was the most impressive. And I can't believe that I'm saying this because I was not high on Cam Reddish. I will take the L if he impresses and he makes something of himself with this Lakers team. And it's just one game, but I was very impressed with his length, with his defensive versatility. He made some shots. He goes 2 for 4, had 7 points, made a 3. The Lakers were +7 with him on the court. Christian Wood, he did some nice things. He ended up with 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting in 15 minutes. Gabe Vincent, he goes 3 for 8. He did miss all 4 of his 3-point attempts, but got to give a lot of credit to Cam Reddish. Jackson Hayes, he did absolutely nothing. He woke up feeling dangerous. He had 7 minutes, no field goals, not a ton of opportunities. But yeah, Cam Reddish, I will stand corrected if you do something with the purple and gold. And then my fifth biggest takeaway is that transition defense could be a problem once again for this team. Last year, the Lakers were 26th in the league in transition defense, and you saw they were very aggressive on second chance opportunities. They had 13 offensive rebounds, but only 4 second chance points. And you saw Jokic and you saw some of these Nuggets players in transition, they were taking advantage. Jokic was creating on the break. He was dribbling the ball up. He was finding guys. So that is definitely a concern. If you're going to be aggressive, you have to take advantage of those, make some shots, and you definitely have to set your defense up. So you don't want to see that trend continue. And then my 6th big takeaway is that the Nuggets' length and size and strength is a problem. And if this is a team the Lakers are going to match up with in the playoffs, they're going to have to make a move to address that at some point during this season because they didn't go out there and get a burly defender. There's not a lot of those guys stashed away. Steven Adams would be a perfect fit, right? But he's going to be out for the season. But when you look at Jokic and Aaron Gordon, even Peyton Watson, you look at Michael Porter Jr., some of these guys that have the height advantage, that's definitely going to be something the Lakers are going to have to deal with this season if they want to get past them en route to an NBA championship. And then for my seventh biggest takeaway is that you look at this Nuggets team, you cannot make mistakes against them. I felt like to me that this was a really good Lakers team going up against an elite team, going against a team that could repeat this season. You look at a couple examples. Jokic, he picked up the ball at the wing. Gabe Vincent was guarding him. Then Vincent tried to switch to AD. That leaves Jokic. He just looks. He pops the three from the wing. There were too many defensive lapses. Fourth quarter, they ran the same play over and over and over again. Jokic at the elbow. He had two-guard screen. He had some split action there. He had a screen down for Jokic that frees up the guard. He had a little fake entry, creates an easier elbow catch. So that's a nightmare scenario where the Lakers, they're getting beat by the same exact play. Now, they did make some adjustments, but that split action with Murray, with KCP, with Jokic handling the ball, you have to address that. There was a lapse by D'Angelo Russell where he's too high. Taurean Prince, he's too high. Allowed Jokic to get too low, hit Michael Porter Jr. in the corner for a three. So the point I'm trying to make is that was a great measuring stick game to kind of evaluate where this Lakers team is at. Yes, it's on the road in Denver on ring night, and you don't want to spoil that if you're Denver, right? But they're going to have to grow. They're going to have to get much more disciplined, and you're going to need this team to build chemistry because there are a lot of new faces if you're going to beat this Denver Nuggets team, because this is a team in the Denver Nuggets that's built to repeat, and they're scary. They run their offense to perfection. It's clinical. It's surgical. You saw it on numerous occasions. Look late there. Murray, he drove down. He hits Jokic on that short roll. And Taurean Prince was too high. Russell didn't help out. Boom. Michael Porter Jr. hits the three. Game over. So they're using the entire court, using all their players. The passing is impeccable. The movement's impeccable. So that's definitely something that you're going to want to improve upon this entire year. It's just, how do you stop this Denver offense? Because it is so damn good. And then my eighth biggest takeaway is that D'Angelo Russell can't be the Lakers' third best player. It has to be Austin Reeves. And Austin Reeves, he went 4 for 11, had 14 points, went 1 for 2 from beyond the arc, had a minus 14 box plus minus. D'Angelo Russell went 4 for 12, had 11 points, went 2 for 5 from beyond the arc, did have 7 assists, was playmaking. You saw an increased effort on the defensive end, and I hope that he does improve. I hope that this year he puts himself in a good position to have trade value, because I do think that the Nuggets have D'Angelo Russell's number. And I think, one, he's just a nightmare matchup for him. Right? He'll be played off the floor. And two, I just don't have faith that he can be the Lakers' third best player with this version of LeBron James. If it's prime LeBron James, I'm fine with that. But this version of LeBron James at age 39, where you're reducing his minutes, I don't think D'Angelo Russell can be that guy, especially not in the postseason. I think during the regular season, he's going to have his moments. He's a fan favorite. We understand that. But I think when it comes to winning, I think a D'Angelo Russell trade is only a matter of time. And then my ninth big takeaway is that we saw the 4 best teams on opening night. We saw the 4 teams that are going to be the contenders in the Western Conference: the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Warriors, and the Suns. I was very impressed with the Suns. Devin Booker, I have my fantasy team, so I'm loving that. But those are going to be the teams that you measure yourself against this season. Of course, you get some surprise teams, and there's a lot of talent, a lot of emerging talents. It's becoming a younger league, more parity. So there's going to be teams that are really bunched up there. But as far as teams that are ready to win, that's the competition right there. And I wouldn't put it past the Warriors to be aggressive and try to make a move to bolster their chances. And then for my 10th takeaway is that Darvin Ham needs to get on Mike Malone's level. And I know that Mike Malone has Jokic, the best player in the NBA. But if you watch the game, it felt like every single action they ran Every switch they forced resulted in a mismatch with one of the guards, and they proceeded to feast on those mismatches, right? They took advantage of those opportunities. It was like clockwork. They knew exactly what they were doing. It was surgical, it was clinical, like I said earlier. And Darvin Ham, he needs to be able to press the right buttons and pull the right levers sooner and get his team to perform. And look, it's understandable because you have so many new faces. I don't expect that in game one, but we'll see how these teams match up later in the season, and that's going to be something you're going to be looking for. How quickly can Darvin Ham adjust? Will it be like Mike Malone just completely owning him like we've seen so far in this matchup? They got swept last year. So Darvin Ham, he needs to step up and get to Mike Malone's level, or at the very least, get competitive where you have some answers, because it's really been a one-sided fight so far between Malone and Ham. And I think that this game one is going to be humbling when you go and look at the film if you're Darvin Ham, because the adjustments just weren't there. And I think moving forward, Malone's really the gold standard right now in the Western Conference. But that's going to do it for this episode of Lakers Courtside. My name is Doug McKain. My friends call me D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. And let me know down below in the comment section, what place in the Western Conference will the Lakers finish this year? Give me your record predictions. Give me your big takeaways from the Lakers' opening night loss to the Denver Nuggets. Let me know down below. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the All Lakers YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. And until next time, go Lakers.